if you're starting your plants inside early and you want to give them the best start you can, it's always best to put them under a grow light so they can get the right amount of light. Now, it's crucial at this stage to have the grow light at the right height because every inch is going to make a difference. So when we start, we really want the grow light about 4 inches above the plants, because plants, when they're underground, they can actually still see light and they can see colors. They can see the difference between red and dark red light. So you need to have your lights close enough that a high enough wavelength is going to enter the soil to tell your seeds to germinate. So it's very interesting if you use the light to basically turn on the plants. It turns them on and then they start growing. So after you've done that, the seedlings, because they have so much energy stored in their endosperm, are going to shoot straight up. So after a couple weeks, our lettuce is now a couple inches high. So we've raised our grow lights to be about 6 inches above these plants. So they're getting lots of light, they're growing strongly, and we're going to keep raising the light as the plants continue to grow. Generally, you want to keep fluorescent grow lights like these at about 6 inches above the canopy. Light intensity decreases exponentially with distance from the light source. The farther away you put the light source from the plants are going to get much less light, much less than you'd think. So all that light disappears the farther the grow light is. So make sure it's close enough. If it's 2 feet away, the plants don't even know it's there. They need a specific amount of intensity in every photon that hits them in order to use that photon for photosynthesis. So if the wavelengths that hit them aren't strong enough, it's not going to excite their photosynthesis and they can't grow. So you need to have a strong enough wavelength in order to do that. So make sure your grow lights are close enough. Make sure you have enough of them. If you aren't giving your seedlings enough light, there's a lot of different things that can go wrong. The first thing that will happen is that you're going to have less germination. So without that transition from a dark red to a red wavelength, you're not going to activate the seeds. So the gibberellin is not going to tell the plant to start growing if it's not activated like that. So it's going to decrease your germination rates. And then once the seeds have sprouted, the ones that do sprout, they're going to stretch really tall looking for light. And that's called etulation. And so when plants are stretching like that, looking for light, they're making very thin and weak stems. So it's really easy for them to snap and break and just give you overall a really weak plant. So when you're starting your seedlings, you really want to set them up for success. Have them start with a nice strong light so they can build a strong base and they don't have to stretch and work really hard to get to the light. You'll also notice plants that don't get enough light, they're not going to be that nice deep green that you want to see from your plants. They're going to be a lighter green, almost like they don't have enough light to make the green pigment within them. So it's many reasons that you want your seeds to get enough light. It's really critical within this first stage of their growth. Thanks for watching. If you have any more questions about seed starting or anything plant related in general, please feel free to reach out to us. We're Royal City Nursery here in Guelph. We've got lots of very experienced experts on staff. We're always happy to answer your questions.